Good evening, I'm Adventure Argonaut. This is Sovereign Syndicate. And second stream of this game. I streamed it last Saturday. Started and we were in Victorian England as a Minotaur. Woke up drunk or with a hangover, and some weird bounty hunter after us, and we tried to escape sort of from the guy, but I'm not sure there is any outright escape, so I think I just have to go talk to the guy. But let's see how it, like, if there are any other options. I don't think there really are. Like, I've scoured the most of the area. Just checking my streams. Everything else seems to be okay except for, okay, now even Rumble is working. Okay, now my streams are all up. Then we can play the game. Get out. Excuse me for coughing my lungs out. I was a bit ill in the weekend, but now I just have a cough, nothing else really. And of course, my voice might be a bit affected. But yeah, I think I'm just supposed to go turn myself in to the bounty hunter. I don't think there's much else I can do right now. Masked stranger. He's waiting with a cold stare and a hand on his flintlock. Hold on mucking about there. About time. How did he know that? The smell, most likely. Uh, None of your business where I've been. The problem is you're still on my trail. I don't give up easily. Something doesn't add up with nothing value for a man of his means. Right then, you ruddy sight. Let's get going. We need you battling a full wicket. Full capacity phrase from the game of cricket. Shall I let him ragdoll me around East London? He could put a bullet through my heart in half a moment. Now's not the right time to challenge him. Yeah, let's just go with it. It's best if I don't tempt fate and instead trust the unknown. What I need is a strong drink and a meal if I can stomach it. Certainly not a street brawl. I'm glad we understood each other. Come on then. I didn't even say that out loud, no question about it, he's reading my thoughts. I'd rather not suffer any more than I have to, but at some point you'll tell me what you're planning. Yeah. There's no time dawdling. No time for dawdling. Bellend, he hasn't any conscience. So yeah. It's basically dickhead or something, Bellend. If it seems like London left you behind, humor me for the evening, otherwise I'll deliver the bounty on your head, and I won't have wasted any time. Your headache rages with a fierce second wind, and every step is a hammer and nail in your psyche. The stranger's reckless pace only makes matters worse. His arm is like a vice grip, dragging you down a maze of twisted alleyways until at last a string of paper lanterns appears. Buoys in a sickening sea of night, the cherry glow of Red Lantern Lane. Within Waves of jasmine and sandalwood incense, memory washes fear away. This might be the only place that could convince you to keep on living, even just for a night. The gas mantle above the door fills you with fondness, cleansing the rust of your mind-gouging hangover. You've arrived at Red Lotus Den, the only place you've ever felt at home. No need to be pulled along now. You go inside willingly. Happy now? Body aches, persistent nausea. From a physical standpoint, I'm barely holding together. Allow me to rephrase. Have you ever been happy? Uh, can't say that I have, but I've gotten close to it here. Ooh, my animal instinct has increased to level 20. Withdrawals. They can muddle your heads and make us weak. Muddle our heads and make us weak. Don't worry, you'll feel better soon. Alright. Towels and bathrobe disarrayed in cubbies. I could change into something more presentable here. But I pawned my extra finery to cover the last bender. No regrets. Okay, so no changing. Bath. Steaming bath awaits your tired bones. Wouldn't it be good to get cleaned up? Sure. How about not smelling like vomit and cane rats? We shan't offend the ladies. Okay, plus 10 hope, plus 1 blood. Save. We are very clean. That's probably good because, I did smell like bad fish and stuff. I can't talk to these guys. Ooh, street lamp glare. Guttering grease lampings through the glass. I'll hurt my eyes if I keep staring at it. At this. I guess I can't go out. But the door is just open. I could just, disappear into the street. And the masked man would never know. Ooh, mahogany bar. Brass lintled mahogany bar lined with candles, casting eerie shadows on the centaur behind it. Linen with brass to support the wooden panels. His equine, muck sweat cuts through the smell of incense. Careful there, centaurs are known to have short fuses. That's racist, that's profiling and stuff. Equine is relating to horses or members of the horse family. Oh, thank you for the English lesson. Especially at long hours in service occupations. Okay, some centaurs have been kind to me. I won't pass judgment until he proves me wrong. An animal instinct, cantankerous creature sure as sun up. If I had a shilling for every centaur on a power trip, I'd have a townhouse in Kensington. Of course, this one. So yeah, shilling is silver coin equal to 12 pence. Kensington, an affluent London borough. How about Mr. Browncoat? He's rather unique. Bixby Browncoat, the owner of here at Lotus. Most nights he's waiting at the bar, so I hope he hasn't taken it off. Okay, let's do spryness. My spryness is better than my wit. Okay. The centaur leers his misshapen chin on a shelf for his cigarette, jutting from a jangle of bad teeth. Good evening, sir. We'd like to gain admittance. The scally ignores him and turns to me instead. Must say I'm impressed by his nerve. A roguish, self-assured young man. Like a scallywag, I guess. Let the cowpie speak. Looks like he's got some quarrel with yours truly. Slur for minutes, so I like it. He's ugly, this guy. Sure, animal instinct. That's my best ability, so I guess I should stick to it. I've dealt with your kind in the past. Believe me, it wasn't pretty. You start so. We're here for the Lotus, nothing more. Not buying it. This one's got a screwed up face. What's the matter, eh? Person's face. Did somebody forget to muck out of your stall this morning? I smile as condescendingly as possible. Something wrong with your sniffer eye speck. Need a pretty little ring through it, eh, heifer? Another especially hateful slur for a minute. So I like the attention to detail in this game. Ahem. We like a luxury booth, best in the house. Damage is done. He called me a heifer. Surely it's not the incense I'm smelling, it's the horseshit spilling out of your manky mouth, which you better shut before I swell it shut for you. Manky, disgusting. Gentlemen, please be civil. Look, this is a clean place and your lot's not welcome here, always fighting and whatnot. That's absurd, I come here all the time. Now, let's not go bucking when the night is young. I'm sure we can work something out. The stranger smacks £5 note on the scrap top and the center eyes boggle. A wooden counter requiring unusually frequent cleaning. Okay. Well, I guess £5 is quite a lot of money in Victorian England. A shit-eating grin spreads over the sender's face. He swipes the bill and clicks his tongue at the stranger. Yeah, I still don't like. I've heard the expression shit-eating grin many times, but I still don't quite understand that. Like, why don't they have an explanation for that? Like, does it mean like somebody who, because his grin is like, very smug or happy or something? Like, does it mean like when you eat shit you have a grin like that? Because I'm not used to eating shit, so I don't really know. That'll get you inside. As for the sirloin, policy is policy. Slur for a minute, sir. There's so many slurs I like. As long as I look like a minotaur, I'll have a hard time convincing him to let me through. Bollocks, I should cut him to pieces. That's my animal instinct. Yeah. Let's just cause trouble. Attack the bouncer. I bring down fist on the bar, shake his nerve, but he coolly draws a dagger and marks the territory as his own. Get your grubby mitch off my bar. One must be ready for a bit of bloodshed. I draw my blade as quick as bull's snake. What's this? The stranger enters fray with his flintlock. Yes. While the bouncer reels at the side of the handgun, I clip his chin with the pommel of my cane sword. Pommel, an enlarged fitting at the top of the handle, originally developed to prevent the sword from slipping from the hand. Like maybe they think like the large part of the audience of the of this game are females because they might not know this. vocabulary relating to weapons, because you don't learn words like pummel at school, usually. I'd like to be peaceful, but the game wants you. I think the game wants me to like stick to one sort of humor. So let's get more yellow bile and attack. Suddenly, before I can have at him again, a woodcut panel in the wall swings open. Self-reflection. Out trots Mr. Browncoat, surely come to see what the fuss is about. He wears a long-faced countenance, a gold pocket watch, and a lavender-tinted pince nez on his aquiline nose. He's a horse with an aquiline nose, that's funny. It's a pair of eyeglasses with a nose clip instead of earpieces. There's a delta of wrinkles around his eyes, the same sienna brown as his shiny coat of fur. Hello, hello. What do we have here? I've not even started my rounds and already there's a scuffle in the fire. Mm. Sorry there, Bixby, but the bouncer was just saying how minotaurs are no longer welcome in your fine establishment. Ooh, my sprine is increased. And why not? A minotaur is welcome here, like any other customer. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, Mr. Browncoat, I should have known. We'll talk about this later. As you can see, there are clients to entertain. Bixby darts a disapproving look at the bouncer. I suppose good help is hard to find, but rest assured you'll have a private booth and a bottomless hot tea on the house. Now, gents, let us away to the Lotus. Alright, see? Violence was the answer. Bixby ushers you through the door and leads the way down the back stairs, the stranger on your heels like a stubborn shadow. The Red Lotus is draped in a haze of pale smoke, dotted with flickering candles and incense glowing like cinders in the night. Like cinders in the night. The smell of burning opium is dark and rich, like a batch of floral biscuits with a sharp afterbite. The pale red glow from the Chinese lanterns paints the space in perpetual twilight. It's easy to lose track of time within these walls, whiling away your days in a blissful waking dream. All right. Mm, let's say a new place. So this is the Lotus, I guess. What gear? What's that gear clattering racket? A jet of steam cuts through the quiet den. Uh, well, animal instincts, of course. Success. Bugger off, you brass bucket. That's done it. He's ready to blow a gasket. Ah, okay, it's this guy. Sorry there, didn't mean to startle you. Off it goes, heading for the private section. And where'd that masked stranger get off to? Alright. What's my... See? I'm almost at the next level for the humor. So, I wonder what we get if we get to 10. Like, how does it affect us? A poppy head is draped over a mattress in the corner, drooling idly under his shirt. Recreational opium user. Fancy that! An errant wallet is poking out of the corner of his slacks. It yearns to be free. His wrist right over it, though this will be a risky lift. This It's because it's spryness, so I might get wrong bile. Better not, my hands are feeling a little shaky. Because it's more like I don't want the wrong bile from it. I want, first level up my yellow bile. Or, I mean, humor, sorry. Sticks of heady incense waft in the air, always burning no matter the flow of customers. Sunken area. The floor pit has benches with tufted upholstery and pillows costing a halfpenny. Bronze coin worth half a penny. Yeah, half penny. Half penny an hour. It's so late that most of the patrons have gone to sleep. Just before the sun up is the only time the Red Lotus is empty. Alright, anything else here? How about this way? No? Sleeping gents. Two workmen blissfully free of the waking world. As well as their meaningless existence. Oh no, I lost hope. Why is it? It's hope, like hopeless for them, not for me. A sturdy yet musty old bookshelf, the spines show such titles as Arcane Magic on the Eastern Edge of Ruin, Opium Through the Ages, and parlor games, Love in the Dreamtime. Dwarf and Automaton. Evening, stranger. The dwarf has a warm and amiable look, with a set of crystal blue eyes, sharply intelligent, and a red mustache that is so full it could crawl off his face and build a cocoon. His beard is elegantly braided in the common style. I finger the brass rings in my own goatee, which is coarse and stringy by comparison. How'd you do? Well, of course, more animal instinct. Hard to say. Once I've had a fix, I'll be more clear-headed. Aye, I know the feeling. Name's Theodore Redgrave, brotherhood of boffins. Most people just call me Teddy. Technical expert, often a skill considered to be complex, arcane, and difficult. Uh, you invent things, gadgets, and the like? Bloody well true, but my eyes aren't what they used to be, so I'm training this bucket of brass for my apprentice. The automaton cheerfully jets a cloud of steam. That rickety gizmo just about scared me witless. Gizmo? An automaton? Bless my beard, sorry about that. You look like a tinkering type. If I had a little scrap, would you be interested? This is so racist, having a dwarf who is also like an engineer. This is a very stereotypical. How horrible. Sure, those cogs are worth a bit of sterling. British pound sterling, official currency. Sell the cogs you collected, sure. Okay, I'm ready to make a deal, and these cogs are 18 silver. Pleasure doing business. Okay, I don't want those because they will affect my humor. Likewise, but I didn't catch your name. Atticus Daly. Happy to be acquainted, Mr. Daly. Dreamer. Another gentle customer on a journey to the land of Nod. Land of sleep from folklore. Another chicken asking to get plucked. Perhaps I'll have a rifle through his pockets. A quick or casual search through something. No, I don't want spryness now. So is this our booth? Let's see if there's anything else to do before that. I guess not. John Wilkes booth. Lattice wooden screens and high-backed seating provide some comfort and privacy for those who can afford it. The booths are made of luxurious calf leather. Calf leather, my poor brothers and sisters, skin for creature comfort. The leather is well oiled and plush with dimpled riveting. Delicate china and exclusive menus of dense offerings are available here for those of a more discerning taste. Seems I'm in for a treat on account of Stranger's pocketbook, as fat as a Christmas goose. Let's make most of it then. Still, I'd like to know what his motive is. Why did he invite me here? Animal instinct, whatever his angle, there must be something in it for me. Okay. It's old Chrome. It's worth seeing what he's after. So now it's... so it just levels up the skill. Okay. Wait, is it just experience? Or is it like okay, I thought like they sort of override each other, but maybe it's actually that the skill that like maybe it's like the humor I have most in the bank. Maybe that decides what skill I raise. Okay. So I can actually, so it doesn't affect. Oh, self-reflection. Okay, male. Write down in the mirror you identify as a man. Well, because I am. So miniature magician. Wait, well, I'm a magician. Commoner. Oh yes, poor. Yes, intimidate. And I should do some spryness, I guess. Okay, self-defense, discipline. I have to do some of that to get some level ups. Yeah. Aha! She's still chiming in as if she had some kind of preferential status. I like to look around some. Okay, let's see if we can go pickpocketing these guys. Let's go see this guy first. It's annoying that enter doesn't work. I have to click on the save button. Success. See, I got some blood. Easy. Wait, what's that in the crack behind him? To clarify the ruelle. What's that? Space between bed and a wall. Okay, there's a word for it, and it's called ruelle. I didn't know that. One needs to be clear about posterior clefts. It's much easier to get to for one thing. A whole damn pound. What did this tosser even intend to do with this? A stupid or despicable person. It's, a wanker is a tosser. Perhaps he meant to get himself some teeth or a monocle. Yeah, now I have some spray. Okay. So I guess it doesn't really, there's no harm. It's just good. If I get stuff from different suits. Then maybe I should actually try to avoid getting yellow bile because my animal instinct skill is so high already to begin with, so I should level up like wit and self discipline because they are low. Let's just overwrite this one. Success. And the fingers go a walking. He shivers in his slumber and half turns over. A close thing, but that's what it makes. What makes it thrilling. About 5 shillings I fished out of his billfold. Not bad for a minute's work. 4 silver and 11 pence added to inventory. Okay. Then I guess we can finally go. Let's get it on with this. Get on with it. The menu is embossed with an array of oral morphines, liquid and powder cocaines, and all manner of midnight oil. Opium. Mm. Teddy. Teddy seems like an interesting chap, and the automaton is quite something, isn't it? Bugger the small talk, why did you bring me here? We got plenty of time for explanations. Why don't we start with a sample of some of the dense wares? Careful now, he's obviously trying to curry favor, although it would be good to loosen up. With so many dear poisonous variations, it's hard to decide what will hit the spot. Dear, costly. Yes. I must say I'm impressed with your discretion. I would have thought just any fix will do. Uh, Thanks, I suppose, but I know it's not from the kindness of your heart. So yeah, let's get some. See, yeah, black bile. My wit has increased. I'm more witty now. Well, I'll see if you sing the same tune when it's said and done. Now then, while you think you're about the entree, I will prepare the appetizer. He takes a small tablet out of his shirt sleeve, cracks it in half, and drops it to my teacup. The other half goes into his own. You can't expect me to drink that. Half and half, an equal dose. It wouldn't kill both of us, now would it? Um, Self-discipline. Yes, I'm supposed to be leveling it up. Even so, I will pass. Huh, not your cup of tea? How about some white wind elation? You must be fond of that one. An artisan brand of opium. His light-hearted confidence seems like a front. A cover for the truth, yes, I know. I get the feeling he knows you better than he's letting on. Wait, it was the old crone speaking. Okay. I thought it was just my thoughts. Anyway, any sort of psychic barrier is useless. The bothersome hag won't leave me be, and here I am, face to face with a telepath. A mind reader. Enough of this facade. Not only did you pick my local place, but you pretend to suggest my favorite blend like it was a lucky guess. I know a little something about you, it's true, but it's part and parcel to my profession. I keep tabs on people who pique my interest. What is your profession exactly? Let's say I look after Her Majesty's interests with great vigor when they align with my own. At first his cryptic speech was alluring, but now is plainly an annoyance. How long have you been tracking me? It wasn't all that difficult. You only have a few haunts. On with it then, you've tried my patience long enough. Very well, I already know of your life as a roughneck and a panhandling mage, but what about before that? What about the Sacred Heart? Streetwise ruffian under illicit employment. Sacred Heart was the Sacred Heart orphanage where Atticus lived as a child before running away at 13. Okay, be honest, I guess. I'm not good enough. It was where I grew up, before I looted the nun's coffer and took to the streets. I gathered as much. What I'm not sure about is your parents. All I really have are guesses. Hmm? Wheel of Fortune. This character has gained a retrospective trait and will now be able to select dialogue options that require this trait. The ways in which the mechanism of fate's turn can be perplexing, but to the keen eye they may offer means to shape the world. Okay. My mother likely gave me up because she couldn't pay my keep, and I suppose my father either died or walked out on us. To cover one's expenses at just the cost of food, yes. I don't know, some of these are weird, like why they explain. So the sisters never told you anything about your parents? Are we like the illicit son of the queen or something? I can't say for sure, but it's too bloody or unpleasant to think about. If the memory is there, we can call it back gently. This fellow's lost his mind. Something occurred at the Sacred Heart that you've forgotten. With the help of an opium dream, you might recall the details that will lead to your mother. Lead me to her graveside, you mean? What would that accomplish? On the contrary, I believe she's alive. Her name came up on a ledger at Bethnal House, private mental hospital in Bethnal Green. I've seen my share of swindlers, but this takes the cake. Just humor me for a moment. Matilda is, of course, her given name, but what about her family name? Surname prior to marriage is also known as maiden name. Like, is that really some weird term that people don't know about? Why does it have to be explained? If I ever knew it, there's no chance in Hades I'd remember it now. Hades, the underworld often used to express frustration or contempt. But you could recall Matilda's family name, and it's on record at the orphanage and matches the ledger at Bethnal House. You could prove her identity at the hospital by claiming kinship and set her free. Blood relationship. That means digging up memories of the Sacred Heart, not exactly how I thought the night would unfold. Even if what you even if what you describe is possible, why should I want to find her? That's up to your discretion, of course, and I cannot share my own motivation for the truth. He's dreadfully opaque, isn't he? I cannot force your hand, but unless you can think back to those troubling times, then you won't be worth more than the price on your head. A bounty I'm assuming you'll be happy to collect. That's right, albeit less desirable. It's another way to ensure that I won't have wasted my time. He's offering me a chance to leave, but only if I can draw up those memories. So, what'll be? The dream dose and a voyage between the banks of memory, or the death dose and the end of all your days? Uh, oh, I wonder if we. I guess we could just end the game here if we wanted to. But I mean, I'm not weird. I'm not weary. I'm optimistic. So anyway, I'll take the dream dose. Forcing you to take drugs. How evil. You take the stranger's offer, eager to lose touch with harshly reality and for a chance to recall everything that could lead to your mother's whereabouts. Shortly after drifting away from consciousness, you find yourself being enveloped by a miasma of repressed memories, the stranger's recent inquiries reminding you of growing up in the Sacred Heart orphanage. Auntie Emma's warm embrace suddenly morphs into a chilly restraint as remembrances of dooryard scuffles with bellicose orphans resurface. It's as if life's refusing to allow you to seek refuge from tangible hardships, no matter how potent your drug of choice for escapism is. This place. It's surely a dream, but it's all too familiar. You must find out what the stranger is seeking in your memories. Yeah, let's do a manual save too. Dreamland. Mr. Eloise. The courtyard is nothing but hard-packed sand and scruffy grass. Eloise wanders over the children at play. By this time, you were big enough to give as good as you got, and the ones who wouldn't fight you insulted you with abandon, without restraints. As the others adapted, I became more isolated. I often thought of running away. Atticus, you'll be 12 years old in a week's time. There's something I need to tell ya. What's the difference? I'm getting out of here as soon as I can. Now, Atticus, let's hear what she has to say. It's about your mother. Mother, I should have told you sooner, but I didn't know how. I'm sorry, Atticus. I wish I'd be more brave. At least you're telling me now before I quit this place. The day you arrived, there was a ring wrapped up in the blankets. In your blankets. You're old enough to have it now, and your mother left this too. Eloise hands me an old piece of parchment, a note from my mother. Can you make out what it says? No, there's no message. I can't produce the memory. Ooh, this has been raised. The truth will come out in time. I'm sorry I kept this from you for so long. Did she ever come back for me? She came back half a year later and insisted you were her child. She mentioned the note and knew the date we found you on the steps. Why didn't I go with her? Hush! Eloise is coming to that. As your mother signed in the registry, the horse and buggy drew outside, and there was a terrible shout as someone bowed over the sister at the door. When this fellow burst in, your mother went stiff as a corpse. Could it have been my father? I don't know who it was, but he struck a panic in my heart. There was malice in his every step, a twitching, insidious man. He took your mother and she never returned. Get me out of this nightmare. White wind elation is never like this. Perhaps you were too young to hear the tale. Hearing this from Heloise heartened me at the time, but it still didn't change the fact I couldn't stand Sacred Heart. After I fled the orphanage, I did search for my mother until I decided there was nothing I could do. Perhaps not then, but this is now. The open arms of the angel were purely symbolic. I never had a home in this dreadful place. I had to grow a thick skin in the younger years, even if it made me more socially impenetrable. Well, at least it didn't make me rectally penetrable. Chalkboard. The bits of colored chalk were most sought after. It's too bad they were so often wasted on crude drawings. I see you've recovered from your latest round of fisticuffs. Anything to say for yourself? Hand-to-hand combat such as boxing or street fighting. Oh yes, that's what it means. Okay, let's brush up our self-discipline. Sometimes it's like I go blind for a few minutes. When I wake up, I'm crying and cut up, and everyone's staring at me and laughing. Oh, you poor child! You've suffered long enough. It's time you learned what your bloodline is capable of. Must be another ploy to get me to stay, but I'll be 13 in a few months, and then I'm running off for good. Being singled out as a miniature, always having insults thrown at you, it's terrible. The bright spot is that you have the gift of magic and you can develop your talents if you study the tarot. She finds out the coloring cards. Colorful cards, they seem to buzz with an eerie electricity. Look closely at this card, the Magician, a symbol of new beginnings, one arm to the heavens and the other towards the earth. He is a conduit between the spiritual and material realms. The Magician transmutes potential energy from its ethereal states into perceptible forms. Can't say I buy it, but I'm listening. That's the spirit. Minotaurs are magical creatures, and like this magician, you are a conduit. I committed the spell to memory long ago. I'll share it with you, but only with your promise of wholehearted trust. Okay, Eloise. I don't know you. I know you wouldn't lead me astray. I trust you. And I trust you, Atticus, because if my superiors should learn of this, I never wear the habit again. Now this is a cantrip. You must speak it over and over until it is written across your mind in bold letters. Habit is something you kick. A long, loose piece of clothing worn by nuns, already. A cantrip is the, level 0 spell, or a spell that allows you to draw a card, or a minor magical spell, or a card that allows you to draw a card at the beginning of your next turn's upkeep, I think. Her voice drops into a strange low whisper. Sight from the fire, hearing from the ether, smell from the air, boot and taste from the water, touch down to the earth in another form. Aristotle defined 5 senses: sight, smell, touch, and taste, and hearing, corresponding to the elements of fire, air, water, earth, and ether. I think I understand except for that bit about ether. Ether is the energy propelling each heartbeat, same material in the soul, and the consciousness of all blooded creatures. Those with proper training can channel the ether into the earthly sphere. Therein lies the power of the cantrip, the ability to transmute energy into matter. Ether is tied to hearing, so you first must learn to listen. You must hear the winds and the wiles of the heavens. I see the night is getting on. What about the rest? Try to remember. Oh no, I fail. Blast, I drowned the memory in too many gym baths. It's alright. You've repressed it. Is it time to wake up? I dare say I am ready for this to be over. Okay, what do we have here? Teddy bear. A teddy hair with a missing eye and a matted mohair fur. It suffered the pitfalls of a rough life in the orphanage, just like the rest of us. A fabric made from the hair of Angora goats, typically mixed with wool. Footlocker. This was my bed right next to Snyder, and here the footlocker. Here in the footlocker, I kept a few trinkets. Worthless, a lot of them. Peonies. These purple darlings brighten up the dreary place, picked fresh from the schoolyard by Leo. Ah, this is Snyder. When midnight strikes, I'll be 13 years of age. Father Franco keeps the orphanage funds in the private office. That's my ticket out of here. Sprite and sneak past Snyder. Fail! Oh my god. Right then, nothing to it. What are you up to? If you're looking for the nun's candy stash, you can forget it. I already checked. Yeah, okay. Scare him. You can go back to sleep on your own, or I can send you on your way to with a solid knock on the head. What do you say? Actually, I'm going back to sleep, but only because it's what I want to do anyway. The little blighter's fast asleep. Someone deserving of disapproval or contempt. Lockbox. There's enough here to get me started on my own. Pay dirt. I'll put 100 leagues between me and the Sacred Heart. What was that? Sounded like it came from the hallway. The house is roused. I'd better make my exit. Someone's coming. My only way out is through the window. Yeah, sure. It's the Simpsons way. Oh my god, it's Heloise. There's a voice in the corridor, then a pale shape that emerges from the shadows. Stealing this money, it hurt the Sacred Heart. We fell behind. We skipped our holidays, knitted clothes for the children. This memory has been twisted by the guilt you felt from taking a new shape to prevent this sort of behavior again. Who cares? It was ages ago, and I'll behave however I damn well please. I'm sorry, Eloise, but I had no other choice. There's always a choice, my child. There's still a way to make it right. Well, I guess have to jump through the window. Normally, I'd say that drifting into deep sleep would be merciful release from relieving such memories. Yet something compels me to push on, to put through the ringer. To face that greatest of foes, myself. When I was young, I thought that money was the most important thing in life. Now that I am old, I know that it is. Okay, chapter 2. So, Clara Reed, Lord Silas's airship, navigate London as the sharp and savvy courtesan Clara Reed before New crimes and the markings of her past catch up to her and tear her life apart. Okay, the archetypes. Okay. So intuition, she learned to hone her sharp intuition from young age. She can really hope to survive or thrive in tenuous situation if they haven't learned to listen to their gut. Intuition, so she has like different stats and stuff. Intuition is the nagging feeling at the back of your mind, the instinct that something is either very wrong or perhaps very right. At times irrational, always persistent. Grace refers both to one's physical condition as well as connection to one's social groups. The joy and expertise of movement and the joy and protection of companionship. Okay, that's a bit random. Intellect. No stuff though. Intellect is a pursuit and application of knowledge and logic. Wry wit, cunning deduction, subtle manipulation are markers of intellect. Stubborn, you never seem to stop even if your aching mind and body implore you to do so. Grace, quick on her feet, quick with her hands, quick to laugh. Those are the tools that both disarmed most conflict and left Clara with enough pep and verve to want to keep moving forward. Determined, you spring into unremitting action as soon as the die is cast. And tact is your social ability to navigate the social world smoothly, saying the right things, being the right person, managing the offend only the right people. Intellect, bookish and whip smart since childhood, she took comfort in spending long hours in pursuit of knowledge, a shield against the pressures of the world, a sword against those who sought to control her. Polymath, your knowledge spans wide range of subjects, making your critical thinking unmatched. Okay, so this is like I'm a computer on legs. The legs don't. She's not that pretty for a courtesan. Um, a social chameleon by necessity. Clara learned to say exactly what others needed to hear. The right words can topple kings, or at least keep you unperceived for another night. So tact is your social ability to navigate the social world. Intellect, seen by grace. Chameleon can blend in with many social circles, find it easy to pretend to be what you're not. Um, hmm, maybe intuition and tact are the ones that. Maybe I'll just take tact, even though tact itself is not that exciting, but it's chameleon sounds sort of fun. And like stubborn just sounds boring. Let's take tact. Revolutionary feats of engineering and shameless displays of wealth, a common sight in London, yet rarely does one come across that which combines technological prowess and financial abundance. Enter Silas's airship, its gilded frame and sheer size literally and figuratively casting a deep shadow over the city slums and wealthy districts. Shafts of sunlight filter through the windows that wrap around each of the airship's rooms, bathing them and their occupants in a warm glow. Pipes and polished wooden floors rumble to the spinning of the airship's propellers. You feel like you're standing within a slice of the future. The future, Conan? Mhm. Morning already. Can't stay here forever. I still have much to do before I leave London. Good thing Silas already delivered my payment. He was up before me. I wonder if he's still aboard the airship. Taking the atmosphere. Yay, success! We got some blood. A gentle hiss of steam and the churning of metal gears. Metal Gear! Silas is in another office tinkering with some task or another. Okay, do all of the characters start with a hangover? My head still aches from all that whiskey he was pouring me last night. Oh no, we lost some hope. Is that you, sweet thing? Up at last, are we? Better get going, too busy to lay abed. Right, I wasn't in bed. Chiffonier. Another night wearing this perfume will drive me mad, but Silas always gives bigger sips when I wear his gifts. Another dreadful night, or one more day in London. I must choose the lesser evil, I suppose. Leave it. Let's be rebellious. Airship. Airship. Wine rack. Nice rack of wine. A small but carefully curated selection of wines and one bottle of good gin. Strangely distinct in a high society way. Judging by the label, Silas named this brand of gin after his wife, perhaps as an attempt to make amends. If I fancied it for myself, now's the time. The Cyclops is dead to the world. Okay, take a furtive look at the rack. Okay, we got the Lady Braxton gin. This will soothe the soul, mine or somebody else's. Elaborate fan. On the sideboard is an elaborate folding fan with a note beneath it. In prim and proper cursive it reads, "A token of my affection," and further down, "A trinket of fascinating complexity and refined beauty. A fitting gift for my dear Miss Clara Reed." One must wonder what sort of request he plans to put forth that would call for this sort of doting first. Pretty little thing, isn't it? Quite bulky for an accessory, however. So we got the fan. And we have to look for more fans. Very exciting. Couches. A similar fabric to the booths in the Velvet Rose. With fewer stains, evidently. El Statue. Terracotta chipped amethyst. I wonder who stole the original. Surely crafted by worker with meager pay. Absolute precision left unnoticed by the wealthy. This luggage set is less organized than mine back at the royal suite. Like Tenor and Silas, aching on the outside, but with a different sort of discontent in their hearts. View. London looks even more hideous from above. Soon I'll be free from it. Free from it. So there's Silas. Maybe I should save less because like Silas and save. Fancy a jaunt to St. James for a Finn and Hattie's. Okay, I have no idea what that means. A Scottish dish of salted and smoked haddock. Afraid not, my dove. I've a busy schedule today, and my employer at the Rose will be quite cross with me if I'm not in soon. This early in the day, Zeus beard. She runs a tight ship. Then, respectable shops and taverns won't come unshuttered for ages yet. But the dollies are ready breaking bread and scrubbing up for the day. Short for dolly mops, prostitutes. I like the term dolly mop. No rest for the wicked, as they say. So it would seem. Maybe did you find this fan is quite a piece? Ah, you found my gift, eh? Lovely little bauble, isn't it? I know you've a bit of collection, uh, but and I couldn't resist treating my favorite dolly, London dolly. Not too presumptuous, I hope. Not at all. I appreciate the gesture, though. Well, I'm sure you'll find a way to thank me when we next meet. Right, my sweet? Sleep well, Dove. With you always. Nothing like waking up beside a lady as lovely as you in the buff. In naked. Oh, you flatter me, your lordship. Flattery will get you everywhere. And his money, I guess. I know the look in those eyes. Best segue into something else. Regardless of how well Silas has already paid, I do have places to be. How's work coming along the next new prosthesis? Wonderfully. I couldn't be happier with it. I can't wait for the public to see it. This will revolutionize the way work is done in our fair city. Play for that matter. Would be launching ahead of schedule at this rate. If only the bastard foreman could do his job. Trouble on the production line? And then some. One factory in particular. They're asking for higher wages, less hours. You know how it is, my sweet. Nothing I haven't said. At length. Christ above the greed, the laziness. Do they not understand how deeply they are hurting this industry, slowing us down? Let Silas know your thoughts on the matter. What a butter, sweetling. Next time we meet, I'll work all the harder to take some of that stress off your shoulders. Indeed. Sooner rather than later, I think. Where would you like to meet again, Lord Bragg? Now, enough of that. It's just Silas for you, my little minx. Lord Bragg, huh? The novelty never wears thin. I pray only that more Cyclopes may someday follow in my footsteps and earn Her Majesty's praise. For all his bluster, there are some causes he truly does care about. But for the question, I'm afraid I'll have to get in touch. Busy these coming days. Plenty of irons in the fire, but mark me, I'll send word to my sweet Miss Clara as soon as I'm free. I look forward to it. I'd best be off. It was wonderful as always. Don't be a stranger, my dove. Of course not, my dear. I'll be seeing you sooner rather than later, I think. Till then. I guess it's good to be rich. Okay, I guess nothing else here. Let's go to Wharf. Wharf. Bridge to Captain Wharf. No, wait. It's not Captain. Soft light breaks through the dense London fog and falls across the leafing paint of the fishmonger's stores. This close to the sea, the smog of London is usurped by the salty bite of tidal decay. Fish bones and English waste mingle in the edge of the metropole, coating the stone walls and the quay and the cobbles below in a thin and foaming slick. Escape is close at hand, and the tawdry cavern which has been your living tomb shall be no more, fate's willing. When they search for you in the morning, they'll find little more than an empty room with its door flung wide. Just one more night of this. Ah, the nostalgic reek of London's ports. Um, it's a fine day by London standards, quite refreshing, almost a pity to spend it bustling about making plans for my egress. So, action of leaving a place. Um, at least it saves me from a morning stroll with Silas. My musings are cut short by the hacking Gasper cough of a longshoreman somewhere off ways, hauling his cargo for the day. Gasper, tar-laced cigarette. Oh. Best not keep Green Street waiting, though I will indeed miss London, I suspect. Alright, let's go down here. Damn, there's lots of hotspots. Down on the street, because I'm a streetwalker. Ha ha ha. But hey, not so many games where you can play as a prostitute, so I appreciate that. It's not like the professional I always wanted to be, but it's fun to be able to play as one. Ransack nest. A raven's nest, abandoned or ransacked, likely by a rogue automaton pigeon while the nest's inhabitants were away. Automaton pigeon. I, I don't know. I don't even want to ask. The centurion doghound has clearly been through it. She must have a rap sheet a mile long. Individual member of the most powerful criminal gang in East End. Yeah. That is one of Molly's better qualities. She protects her flock from the law. Martin Amoli O'Malley, leader of the Doghounds, the most powerful criminal gang in East End. Alright there, I'm Clara Reed, an associate of Molly's. Huh? I've never seen you before. I'm usually good at spotting those who stand out. Any road, I'm Helena Bailey. Anyway, okay. I'm what you might call a private contractor now. Yeah? Sounds like there's some dosh behind that. Dosh means money. What's Molly's game these days? She started this fake charity, Queen of Spades, is supposed to raise money for unemployed flu fakers, but instead it comes straight to us. Brilliant, in it? Chimney sweeps, flu fakers, okay. Yes, very clever. Look, I'm a bit busy, sir, so you know. Seems that's all I'll get from her. Gears and cogs. Yeah, let's get the pieces so we can sell them to engineers. Sturdy wire rope for steering boats more to keeping boats more to piers. Yeah, we can take it. Fisherman. Hard one for one's proverbial sails to catch wind in this city. A sea dog like me is perpetually adrift. Maritime mixing of metaphors enough to make me seasick. Asked for a cigarette. Pardon me, sir, but could I borrow a cigarette? Ah, I don't see why not. Good for the constitution. You know? Okay, we got a. Yeah, one cigarette should be enough. Philippe Serrano. Philippe Serrano, a regular at the Rose, the wiry young Spaniard gazes wistfully across the canal. Like most seamen, he carries an esoteric reverence for superstitions but holds a singular enthusiasm for the unknown that rolls along with the tides. Hark to that! He is in the middle of a song. It's a lovely tune that I recognize from somewhere, but I cannot place. Señorita Clara, buenos días. Igualmente, mi amigo. I don't know what igualmente means, but I guess it's a greeting. Oh, it's explain. Spanish for same to you or likewise. Okay. Ah, I guess it's like equally or something. Okay, okay. My apologies, Clara. Estuve en las nubes. Spanish for my head was in the clouds. So estuve is head and nubes is clouds, I guess. Head in the clouds, indeed. Ask him what song he was singing. What was that song you were just singing just now? Oh, I was singing. Oh, I had no idea. I only understood a few words, but it sounded passionate. I tilt my head and smile at him a bit. Ay, quizás. It's a song from Violetta. Perhaps. I think it's like there's a real song like this. Quizás, something like that. It's a song from Violetta. A troupe was touring in Spain during my last visit home. Just the title of the aria alone spoke to me. De miei volenti spiriti. It perfectly describes how full my heart feels. You don't know of the opera? I haven't heard of it. Ah, well, you are missing out, Señorita Clara. Porque es mi hermosa. Because it is very beautiful. Porque es muy hermosa. Okay, hermosa is beautiful, I guess. Muy is very, I know that much. And he's talking about how full his heart is, dear me. Who might he have taken up with? I've noticed you frequenting Rose of late. Does one of the girls have your heart feeling this way? I fear that the devil will yank the rug from under me if I tell you who, and I rarely been so lucky in love. Felipe, you don't go to a call house to find love. Call house is a brothel. Claro que sí. That's, of course, every night she took my money, but last night she did not. We pressed it back into my She pressed it back into my palm and kissed me. Oh, Clara! While I was walking back home, I felt as if the fisherman's words fade as I grapple with what he is revealed. In this line of work, there's a rule that reigns supreme. You always accept payment. Even if her actions are sincere, she has reaped a disservice to all of us. Top, a penniless cobbler, and their payment should be mending your most worn shoes. The price of your company is also our protection, what little we have. Top, a crude term used for prostitutes meaning having sex. Uh-huh. When word gets out that the client has become an exception, every Tom, Dick, and Harry assumes they'll be the next one. And so I like you to have a palak on the house, and a small to medium saltwater fish. I quash my inner monologue just as he ends his. I haven't the faintest idea why he's offering me this fish. Did I truly drift off for that long? Okay, this is revolutionary. This game. I just realized something. I quash my inner monologue just as he ends his. So it implies that NPCs do have inner monologue, because the meme is that NPCs, that's how you differentiate an NPC from a non-NPC, is that, inner monologue. But according to this, at least this NPC has inner monologue. Wow. Mind blown. Anyways, gracias. Can you believe this all came up the Thames this morning? The steamships are such a wonder. The River Thames flowing eastward through London to reach the North Sea. The River Ankh. He points toward a near bursting net wiggling with fish. My heart is filled to abundance, and now my net is too. It has to be a sign. That's lovely, Felipe, but you said yourself that the girl may be in danger because of this. Who is she? Lo siento, señorita Clara. Let the Polak double as an apology as well. Every seaman here will tell you the fates are fickle, and I cannot tempt them by telling you her name, not until I have her answer to a very precious question. Precious. My precious. He's planning to propose, as they say, only fools rush in. Overcome with passion as you are, I imagine you'll ask her tonight. He presses his lips in an anxious smile. By the saints, this is a doomed romance if I ever seen one. Okay. I think that character is quite interesting. Very schedule. Here's where the steam ferry leaves from. No one around at the moment, only my reflection in the drab river water keep me company. Yeah, because intuition is my worst skill, I should be leveling it up. My figure, like my future, is soft and wavering. It fails to settle into a certain shape. Oh, there's more gears and cogs over there. But this area is huge. And we can go to Sorry Square, Swivel Crane, and everything. But I saw some cogs. Let's get them before somebody else steals them. We have to steal it first. Bric-a-brac, likely in a machine once. Slag pile. Coat savings from the warehouse, no doubt. Steam requires coal, but the byproducts gypsum, slag, and fly ash can be reused. Abrasives, cement, roofing materials, just to name a few. Who knows how long this will sit here before anyone repurposes it. I would assume it was piled by one of the trash processing automatons employed by Arsenal. Wait, the football team? Arsenal Engines, producer of consumer machines and advanced devices, and they also play football or soccer if you're from America. Oh, Green Street. We were supposed to go talk to him. Yes. Let's talk to this guy first. A studious man turns away from his workbench, where the innards of an open watch face glint in the sun. He momentarily loses focus and a steel spring twangs in my direction. Dodge. Yes, kapla. I cock my head. Heh. I think she's had many cocks in her head. I cock my head at the last moment. The errant spring zips past my ear, and the man snatches it out of the air with a shocking alacrity. They're not gonna explain that alacrity means like speed. Not terribly unlike dodging the affections of some love-struck fool. Poetry can be much more painful when it connects. Oh, you blazing mechanical foozler. Didn't see you there, miss. Foozler, clumsy person. He shifts his demeanor with a practiced smile. Want a clean lady? Here at Arsenal Warehouse number 3, we take pride in cleanliness. Pardon me, miss, for the temporary mishandling. Who do I have the pleasure of meeting on this fine day? Don't worry about it. My name is Clara Reed, and yours? Uh, Dante Ziegler, at your service. What brings you to the wharf? So it's a very. I don't know if this world has Jews, but it sounds sort of Jewish, the last name. Not the first name, though, anyways. Um, I was just passing by and I thought I would stop a moment to see what you're working on. I beg your pardon again, Miss Clara, but I'm a bit busy at the moment. Busy waiting, that is, for my illustrious employer to finally arrive and give the orders for the day. That'll be Lord Braxton at Arsenal, as a Silas Bragg, Lord of Braxton Manor, wealthy industrialist and owner of Arsenal Engine. So he owns Arsenal. You know, the guy in the airship. Lord Braxton wears wonderfully clean suits. That means he is a good man. I like his logic. Nice, I don't know, sense of morality. The man can be an absolute tyrant to his employees, whilst managing to completely ignore them at times. Makes me wonder what he's up to in his private life, but I'm not one to pry. He certainly doesn't know the company Silas keeps. I've heard that there are some remarkable goings on at Arsenal. Like you wouldn't believe, Lord Braxton has his fingers in all kinds of pots, high, low, everywhere in between. Ooh, I take it you're the sort to collect and pay for cogs. Sharp eyes on you. Indeed, I'd be happy to take any cogs off your pockets and fill them up for money. Sell the cogs. So 6 silver. Here you go, kind fellow. Lord Braxton mixing with a lowborn? That beggars belief. I doubt a fine lady such as yourself would have seen such things, but certain undesirable elements have been seen traipsing around with mechanical augmentation. Some say that they bear the Arsenal Maker's mark. An artisan's personal mark denoting who produced the item it adorns. Scandalous Molly and the Duck Hunt in bed with Silas. I guess I'm not the only one. Heh. What sort of things is Lord Braxton involved with in high society? Don't tell anyone I said so, but the industrialists are a real power in this country, and the Parliament merely their mouthpiece. Despite that, it would seem that ruling from the shadows isn't enough for these blokes. I heard that Arsenal has some kind of endgame scenario in works. So Silas is keen to change things. I wouldn't call it that news, but the way this fellow says endgame makes me a bit nervous. I hope you don't mind my prying, but exactly what sort of automaton is this? The kind that gives me a headache. I'm a designated trash retrieval and processing unit. Trap. Yeah, it says here trap. It's one of several that roam around the warehouse, bumping into walls every couple of minutes before correcting course into another wall. For some reason, it thinks it should stand here and bother me. Mr. Ziegler produces large amount of garbage. His suit is not clean. And what is your opinion of Mr. Ziegler? Upstanding moral character is correlated with cleanliness. Hey, Trap, I think I see a mess in the water over there, right off the edge of the dock. It certainly sounds like Lord Braxton has been keeping busy. Busy, right. It's been a blessing, Miss Clara, but I'm afraid I need to get back to my project. Good day. And they say women are gossips. I can't imagine what this man will reveal after a few drinks. Loose lips sink airships. Let's go look around the other way first. Loose lips. Navy officer. Navy captain. Oi there! Don't sway away from me too soon. Name's Glenn Forrester, Lieutenant of the Royal Navy. Critique his uniform. I assumed you're a military man by the uniform, but it's a bit faded, I must say. Well, I thought your manners would measure up to your beauty, but that's what I get for judging a dame by her appearance. Indeed, there's more to a modern woman than meets the eye. Take care now. Not sure how keen he'll be to chat with me now. Okay, I'm glad I just saved. Oh yeah, there's the auto saves too, but I'm not like if it really like generally in games when you talk to NPCs, you should try to be polite. That's usually more effective. So I thought like, okay, I'm getting options. Maybe I should try something else, but maybe it's just better to be nice. Humor him. A Navy man. Well, I'm Clara Reed. It's a pleasure to be acquainted. That's right. Well, I'm retired to be precise, but the active service took me all over the Mediterranean. If you ever want a sea tale, I'm your man. Alright, listen to his tale. I'll take a sea tale. Let's hear it then. This encounter took place upon Thrinacia, a rocky little island, barely worthy of a name, in the southwest of Sicily. I was the officer in charge of a team of 7 sent ashore to replenish our fresh water. The land is quite barren, the day must have been hard pressed. When at last we found a stream high in the hills, we were ambushed by a cyclops, but this was more than the great monster who terrorized Odysseus than our London cyclops tradesmen and sandist and what have you. This was more like the great monster who terrorized Odysseus. I've heard tell of them before, cyclops in remote areas ranging far above the city-dwelling folk. This creature was wild, animalistic, and a meter taller than any man or woman that I had ever seen before of their ilk. He jumped down from a high ledge, focused on us rather than our stack of water casks, upon which we broke a leg. He was little trouble to vanquish them. Okay, the Cyclops broke a leg. Okay. Keep listening. Saints above, I had feared some kind of disaster. At least you didn't lose any men. What troubles me about the ambush in Thrinacia is that from then on I've been consumed with anti-Cyclops prejudice. Bigotry runs rampant throughout London and the world, for that matter, at least he admits it. Logically, I know it is wrong to judge an entire species based on one harrowing event, so I try to be conscientious of these emotions. Better to counter them. Yeah, I agree. He should have dealings with more Cyclops and to learn that truly, like, almost all Cyclops are horrible people, or not even people, they are monsters. Why can't I say something else? Like, yeah, I think, Cyclops are dirty old men or something, you know. I don't know. I know how you feel. People often think less of me because I'm a woman. It's like, well, you are less because you're a woman. A dark-skinned man in the Navy. I faced this sort of travail. It was the work of many long years to achieve the rank of lieutenant. A lieutenant. Times in which I gave everything I had to my country. Poor fellow, his wooden leg is testament to that. Ah, he has a wooden leg? I didn't know. I can't see it. My point here my point is here there are great odds stacked against certain people, and one must be vigilant as one rises up, not to become caught up in the tipping of scales against the meek. I admire your. I don't know. I was expecting a sea tail and I got so much more. Thank you for the enlightening story, Glenn. Happy as ever to share my side of things, and here's my way of saying thanks for lending me an ear. Ooh, he passes me a bottle of brown liquor. He has brown skin and he has brown liquor. Now that's prejudiced. A little something I picked up on one of my seafaring adventures. Jonathan Silver, Jean. Long John Silver? Okay. Why, thank you, Glenn. You shouldn't have. No trouble at all. Can we ask something else? I'm curious about something, Mr. Forrester. Now that you're retired, what do you fill the hours with? Well, I must admit, the pension isn't much to write home about, so I work a couple of side jobs. And what might those be? Sorry, Mrs. Reed, but I prefer my business affairs private. Begging your pardon. Best not to press him, he's already grown nervous. Not to worry, Glenn, I'm not a nosy Nelly. Appreciate it, Mrs. Reed. Take care of yourself. Newsboy. Ugh, he's a Cyclops.
Ma'am, have you heard? The ladies like yourself are being targeted. For now, it's sunny, sure, but you better tuck in early tonight.
Oh yeah, there's some Jack the Ripper wannabe out there. Oh yeah, and we are a prostitute, so yeah, we definitely gonna get targeted. Now what is this little puppet yammering about? An endeavoring sweet or pretty child. Well, he's not pretty, he's ugly. His concern is genuine despite the fact that he is slinging newspapers. Bright young capitalist if I ever saw one.
Name's Rob, ma'am. And you might as well add a little. Most people think I'm short for Cyclops, but I'm still growing, honest. Back home at the tenements, I keep track of it with a yardstick taped to the wall.
That's awfully strange way to introduce yourself, even for the East End. Here's hoping your business grows as well.
Oh, speaking of business, care for the latest blood boiler. I also have a bulletin covering other goings on, only 1 penny.
Yeah, buy a bulletin for 1 penny. I wouldn't mind learning about London's latest goings-ons. A woman of ill repute met a grisly demise in the East End last night, just days from the full moon. The sinister assailant left a body stripped of vital organs and bearing marks suggesting feral claws. St. John's Cathedral is offering a service on her behalf. Alms appreciated. Alms for an ex-leper.
See, ma'am? That story's so hot of the press that it might catch your fingers on fire. Watch out.
It's not fire I'm worried about. What is it you're selling broadsides? Single sheet of paper printed on one side, often with news and wood-cut illustrations.
And choirs of sheet music, not to mention the latest on the courtesan killer.
Collection of 24 or sometimes 25 sheets of paper and all the same size and quality. Okay. A story that could have well have been written about me. Should Lady Luck abandon me? So yeah, sure. Here's a shilling, but keep the broadside. Tell me what you have heard about the mystery killer.
Everyone's got their own pet opinion, but I think the lady's been killing themselves. I heard from a chap at the tavern who had it from a stevedore that people have been having these fits where they tears themselves apart. Looks like they was chopped up with a hatchet.
Stevedore, dock worker. Okay. I heard the term, but I wasn't sure. So yeah, sometimes it is nice to explain the terms, but sometimes they're like, come on, these are basic terms everybody should know. Hmm. I suppose any theory is better than what the coppers have presented, which is bluntly nothing. Perhaps I'll ask around at the Rose if I have the time. Okay, task started. Courtesan killer. Thanks, ma'am. it does seem you it does seem you angle on the docks quite often. Might just you know something about that fellow outside the tavern? Glenn, what do you mean? Buys my loose cigarettes, but never newspapers. Have you any idea what he does for a living aside from standing by the tavern telling stories?
Oh, well, good, ma'am. He's an ambulance driver. Does a bit of business with Mr. Gray, if I'm not mistaken. Gordon Gray, that is.
Gordon Gray, the keeper of the apothecary over at the Plaza Soris.
But the oh,
Is it like the Gray's Anatomy guy? I don't know if there's a connection. I don't really know. It's some old medical book and some drama, like TV show with the same name, whatever.
but the old sailor is cagey about his jobs. I don't advise you asking him direct like. He might shut his yapper, old barnacle that he is.
I'd best be going now, little duck. Watch out for hobnails and don't work too hard, or those shoes will be worn down come winter. Duck? Term of endearment. Okay, it's not. Doesn't mean fuck. Throw off the yoke of despotic gang bosses. Heads of each stock operation within a particular cargo movement. So throw the yoke of despotic gang bosses and join the Duck Hounds. Big money and lifetime loyalty await. Then pounds, 10 quid signing bonus. At the bottom in smaller print, must be able to lift a grain sack equal roughly to a young dwarf. How specific? Very subtle. Swivel crane. Ichabod crane. Judging by the rust on its finish, that crane hasn't seen use in a long time. Stray dog. Is he gonna attack if I pet him? Grrr. That's a blue Merle collie. Strange seeing a purebred without a collar. But a collie doesn't need a collar because it's almost the same already. Perhaps he ran away. Looks like he's been in a few brawls at that. Needs a proper meal if you ask me. Sorry, little one. If I find something to feed you, I'll come back. Yeah, I think the fish doesn't seem like that. Like maybe there's better options to give than the fish. What's this? Velocipede? It's like a unicycle or something. A stunning invention for its time, though a bit dated now. What with the steam and steam-powered velocimotives. Steam-powered motorcycles are being seen along the avenues. The spokes are patinated with rust. It must not be getting much use. At the same time, I'm surprised it hasn't been stolen sitting out in the open like this. Yeah. Can we go in the tavern? Shuttered till later in the day. Okay. Then let's go talk to the green, whatever his name was. This guy, Green Street. Green Man. There is Green Street, a Canadian. Ugh, Canadian. Sorry. That was a joke if you're really Canadian, but blame Americans for that. I also like to make fun of Canadians. Anyways, a Canadian smuggler who endures the brutality of nature and the unforgiving ocean in the name of profit. A pity to have to turn to him for passage across the pond, but my options are rather limited. So, of course, on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean, of course, Mace Raid, Mr. Greenstreet. Satiate my curiosity for a moment, eh? Why do you need me when you have such prestigious bedfellows as Lord Braxton, eh? Um, I don't know. Your curiosity will be left wanting, I'm afraid. Very well. I rescind my question, eh? I asked only because a man of his stature could assist with this predicament. Predicament? Due to the recent import shortage of rubber gum from the Congo, the peelers have been engaging in more thorough dock inspections to keep the demand from reaching an underground market, eh? Policemen, particularly the Night Watch, in reference to Sir Robert Peel, who established the force in 1829. Robert Trees. He shoots me a look while scanning the horizon. The parts unusual watchman refused my bribe, eh? Either the coppers are paying him better, or they are putting the fear of God in him. He grits his teeth around his pipe. That means that means changes to our agreement on smuggling you out of here. I need a double rate by tomorrow night. That's as generous I'm willing to get, while the constable's breathing down my neck. Okay, I like this term. Derogatory slang term for a police officer, a portmanteau of constable, and what else? Constable. Okay, my threatening is not that good, so maybe I have to try something else. Double, your initial payment was ludicrous as it was. You're a clever woman. You'll figure something out. Turn a few more tricks. I suppose I'll have to. Chin up, Mr. Reed. It's not all so dour, eh? Lesser miracles have already happened. My contact pulls through. He takes a leather bifold wallet from his breast pocket. Go on, take a closer look. I untie the leather tassel and reveal the pleated papers. There's even an authentic looking wax stamp. New identity, mine for the taking. This alone cost a small fortune. Your tale is you've come to the Dominion of Canada to claim inheritance from your great uncle who served as a soldier under Napoleon, eh? I do like the world building, the historical stuff mixed with fantasy crap. It's so far it seems credible. Uh, That is a neat story with the coup going on in France. Any attempts to verify my familiar origins would be a nightmare. A sudden violent and unlawful seizure of power from a government. Well, it's France. Those things happen every other Tuesday. I'll be taking that back for now. A. How am I meant to measure its legitimacy if you won't let me take a look? Suppose you'll just have to take my word, eh? Greenstreet tucks the documents into his breast pocket. If I'm not here on the docks, then you'll find me at the tavern, eh? Get her up the capital and we'll be ready to leave off come down. Well, that could have gone better. What am I to do? Caught between a rock and a hard place. I turned to Green Street because I didn't want to rely on anyone else, but now it seems I have no choice. Fine, who can I ask? I met many people during my time in London. What is Molly? Molly O'Malley, leader of the Duck House. Okay. I ran with her in our bullfrog days. The 40 bullfrogs are now a defunct criminal gang that specialized in thievery. And she was the one who put an end to those days. Far too dangerous to approach unless you've got a death wish. One of the main reasons I'm leaving London behind in the first place. Who else? Damn it! How the fuck am I supposed to know that? Clementine Radley, bartender at the Palladium. Best not tell her I'm leaving. No, but she's good for gossip, might be. She has led on some tin making opportunities. Just money for the shot at least. Hey, come on, give me back my hope. Tessica. Tessica Lincoln, dear friend. One of the only things about London I'll miss. It would break my heart to tell her I'm leaving. Best to keep her far away from all this skullduggery. Unscrupulous behavior, deception. Oh, we got Hope back, okay. Dolores. Dolores Chen runs the laundry in the Red Lantern district. Finest fence in town we got done business before. She's always treated me right. Reseller of stolen goods. Might be time to pay her a visit then. Okay, that's enough. I'm getting on with, I think. So I have to go to shot to Dolores. Now I can use maybe the map for fast travel or something, but let's see, can we go to Sorry Square? Is it a real place in London? I've been to London, but I don't know any Sorry Square. In Sorry Square at East End, well, I haven't been to East End, I guess. East End's crossroads of commerce and vice. The medieval cobbles still bear the weight of modern wheels and footwear. Streets, alleys, and plazas have avoided being pressed into the bilious black of macadam grazing the lanes of around Piccadilly, Kensington, and other wealthy areas. You've heard it said that due to an ongoing trademark dispute, each individual stone would need to be granted a day in court before its removal to make way for smoother pavement. Sorry Square's amenities and surroundings attract people of varying moralities, even so the elites of London rarely cross the River Leah, and anything east of Aldgate is commonly held as out of bounds except for urgent errands. Let's see our stats and stuff. Okay, the leveling up process is quite even this time. So human, female, corsair. London's a sea to great unknown in which to seek fortune and brave dangers. I'm a pirate, you see. You can blend in with many social circles, find it easy to pretend to be what you're not. Yes, the chameleon, alright. Sorry. Cerise? Cook fire. Uh, the dance of flames in the open air recalls my travels with the Romani. Every morning brought fresh air and new vistas, and when our luck ran low, we simply shared what we had instead of squabbling over money. Ethnic group of traditionally itinerant people originated from northern India, gypsies. But soon, if all goes well, I'll be free of London's stinking smog and crowded lanes. I'll wake up every day to the open countryside if I wish it. Yeah, we got hope. I hoped I would get hope. Haha. Broken window. A lightning bolt fracture runs down this otherwise remarkably clean window. Look closer. On the ground beneath it lies a mess of tiny gears and lazy aluminum feathers. Is that a steel talon by the wayside or just a hobnail? This automated bird must have flown blindly into the glass. I know it wasn't really a living creature, but there's something too terrible to consider about this whole scene. Best keep walking. Okay. Stew bomb. Sadly, there are lots of vagrants in this end of London. If I ever met this fellow, I can't recall his name. Oh, good day to you, sir, madam. Are you my bit? Call me Clara Reed. Why the woebegone look? Is something wrong? Well, yes, something is wrong. Since you ask, I'm awful dry, my lady. Parts some fine fierce. The name's Poe. Poe Pickett, by the way. By the way. Don't suppose you could help a man who's down on his luck? Um, we met this guy. I guess he's like in the other chapter. The other character we met this guy too. So maybe he's significant in some sense. Give him half a bob or whatever it's called. I understand what it's like to be at the end of your rope. Here you are, Mr. Pickett. Oh, bless you, mum. Beds for vagrants. So they're not coffins. London solutions to vagrants living on sidewalk. Does this hide the issue or simply cause people to equate vagrants with corpses? Well, I think it's better than nowadays. They make benches in the way that, you cannot sleep on them because there's some stuff jutting in the middle. Like a prudent street dolly, these spare parts stick to the shadows where neither Bobby nor pedestrian can notice them. Emperor of London is. Yeah. Bobby comes from Sir Robert Peel as well. Okay, Bobby is a very um, common term for cop in England. Let's gather the pieces. Open barrel. Best give that barrel wide berth. I can smell it from here. Okay. Butcher. Hey, Diablo. Gavin Dawson at your service. Any of my choice cuts catching your eye? Sure, let's buy the meat for the doggo. Proper choice. You know where to find me if you ever get peckish again. Let's get back to the doggy already. Can I use fast travel? And so there's like many different. Beggar's Lane is, yeah, that's where the cowman was. I guess. Uh huh. Let's go give the meat to the dog. It better do something good. Probably doesn't do anything good immediately. How about this raw meat? Never met a hound who would turn his snout up at raw meat. Have at it then. Look at him wolf it down, hope he won't forget this kindness. Pet the dog. Ooh, hope. Yeah, okay, this is a good game. You can pet the doggy. I got an achievement for it too. That's the sweet stuff right behind the ears. Okay, was worth it. I'd do it again. Um, yeah, let's just go back here. There seems to be many places to explore. Maybe I cannot go to every location on the map yet. Not sure. Let's do a save. Full dog. Oh, it's only 60 content. Poster. Poster encouraging werewolves to report to the containment zone from the day before the full moon until the day after. Poster might as well say London will be safer if werewolves know their place. Well, I don't know how werewolves behave in this world, but like, if they follow the usual myths, then yeah, it sounds like a smart idea to isolate them during the full moon. Is much more humane than hunting them all down with silver bullets and shit. Look on the bright side of life. Society is hard pressed to cut them any slack, but at least there are medications nowadays, like moon cream. Prohibitively expensive tropical cream that slows or reduces but doesn't remove the effects of lycanthropy. For those who can afford it. Costermonger. Fine fruits or vegetables from Gulliver Dodson are for sale. Can I help the fine lady find something in particular? Save the money, I don't. Impressive and colorful selection, Mr. Dawson, but time waits for no one, and I business to send you. Now is time waits for no man, but it will wait a woman. That's how it works. Fair enough, you know where to find me if you ever change your mind. It's like, yeah, you will definitely need a fruit for some puzzle or something. Black cat. The cat approaches me with caution, unsure what I have to offer. Greet the cat. There, little Tom. Have you a name, I wonder? Tom cat, male cat. My stomach grumbles. I wonder if the noodle stand in Red Lantern Lane is still open. I think I'll call you Bacon. Are you hungry too, or Bacon? Okay, let's give him a fresh fish. And the best for the finest cat in Plaza Soris. Bacon eats the fish unhurriedly, clearly enjoying his meal. Pet Bacon. Who's a happy cat? Is it you, Bacon? Bacon takes the pollock in his mouth and sets it down behind him, then sits next to his bride and stares at me. Your services are no longer required at this time, servant. You are dismissed. Okay. No achievement. And no hope either. That's sad. Having so much produce out in the open is bound to attract thieves. Unending vigilance must be draining on shopkeepers. Fountain. The message is about as subtle as that giant hammer. Human beings are being replaced by machines to the profit of the ruling class, and to the detriment of everyone else. Storm drain. I suppose that things people drop in the sewers by accident will eventually find their way here. Might even be something of moderate value. Okay, let's save scum. Uh, okay, I can't. Fine. Let's see. Maybe I should have taken the last. Okay, so have I fed the cat? If I were a cat, I would hate if every passing stranger touched me without permission. Just as I'm about to leave, Bacon emits high-pitched meow as though he were trying to get my attention. Then as I watch, he runs off down an alleyway. I wonder where he's off to. Can I follow the cat? No, I guess I can. Ooh, there's gears, bits and bobs. Alright, let's try to save scum again. Success! Nice. Nice, nice. Why not give it a try? I'm ready here after all. Hey there, it's about 2 shillings, not bad at all. This area is huge. Cabriolet. This design prioritizes the comfort of its passengers, a welcome change from previous iterations. Pet broker. Salutations, Sir Willard Rathbone at your service. Have any of my fine specimens caught the fair lady's attention? Was it simply my friend Dulcimer? Ah, yes, the illustrious pet broker, somehow still entertaining the notion that he's been knighted. The monkey on his shoulder is handsome at least. No title for Dulcimer yet? Alas, Her Majesty has yet to recognize him with honors, but the day will come. The monkey would wear a knighthood better than some I have known. That is a fine ostrich you're riding. Does it have a name? This here is Wallace. Just let him smell you first, and he'll be your loyal confidant. Offer your hand to Wallace. Mere to sniff, not in matrimony. Okay, I like that. Squawk! He's having a bad day. Never mind him. I'm sure you'll be fast friends before long. Ask about the business. Caring for such exotic animals must be difficult business. Is it profitable? Oh, I prefer not to think about the profitability. One must do what one loves, not to worry about such petty things as money. That is a polite way to say that one is out of touch. Take the children begging on the street. I wouldn't take them anywhere, but do go on. Ah, I didn't mean it that way. But I don't want to lose the hope just for, this is sort of annoying. Like, you got, I guess this is like, this game is training you to live in a, social credit system or something. I'm afraid I must take myself out of this conversation before I learn more of what you think about the beggars. Good day, Sir Rathbone. Okay. Such calm creatures, either the broker tamed them well or they swiftly got used to being stared at by onlookers. Oh, it's a carriage. Horse-drawn carriages are being slowly phased out, but they're still more reliable than the new steam-powered cars. Ooh, and there's some monorail up there. Motor car. Not the safest car out there. It looks like the whole thing will fall apart the second it moves. Yeah, that's the meat guy. Let's see if the cat came somewhere here. Right, Clara, good health to you. Bloody hell, he remembers my name. And you, Mr. Pickett. Because we gave him money. Is the cat here somewhere? So, just imagine if you didn't run all the time. Like, these places are quite big. It would take so long because the running is already so slow. And the tiger is just, unleashed. I don't think the leash is attached to anything except his neck. Ooh, cogs. I bet that, unlike Green Street, those people didn't ask that woman to pay a fortune for receiving a helping hand. Well, Canadians. Bell jar. This is not Bell End. Neptune. Ghastly. Who would ever imagine such a scene? The poor horse. I would expect this kind of thing in Paris. It seems out of place here. Smelly crate. Oof, leaves. Drift of leaves swept into a neat pile by the breeze. Passing of the seasons means change, bringing me a small measure of comfort. A hope and change. I wonder what happens if I get 100 hope. Like, do I get some bonus to my skills or something? Newspaper. Hardboiled scoop on the courtesan killer. Read on the gory details. The story will boil your blood. Making a petty dreadful out of a senseless tragedy will certainly ruffle some feathers, though less than one might expect. A cheap novel of violent adventure or crime, also known as a shilling shocker. Papers are interested only in that which sells copies, so no doubt the upper crust will give us a wide berth with news like this in Vogue, save for those whose reputation is already beyond the pale. Yeah, whatever. Money, smart. Could you imagine if they showed this concern for every dolly's life upended? Although I haven't much time yet in this fair city, I'll keep looking into this mystery while I can. Chair. The chaise. Wreckage of a wooden chair. Just any old piece of furniture can be rehabilitated with a little care. Yeah, we got hope. Cafe Parasol. Abandoned Parasol. It's nice to think that London at least occasionally gets some sunshine to break up the gloom. I could almost use my own parasol today. So much hope suddenly. It's like very ominous. Like giving so much hope in a small while, like a small area is full of hope events. I remember this place, excellent curry. It's a shame they closed. Did they really eat curry already, like in Victorian England? Of course, this is fantasy. A drop trade of China, likely intended for the restaurant, accompanied by a nose-pinching stench. Investigate. Okay. Yeah, see, I don't want to lose hope. I don't want to lose hope. Never mind, whatever it is, things bad enough from here. Well, there's the bell end bar or whatever. Oh, okay. Gears and cogs. Overground station. Preacher. Blessings, said Cyclops. Blessings upon you, dear soul. I'm Eli McBride, here to heed the Lord's word. I would have thought you'd have better things to do than preach to someone of my stature, father. Nonsense, my child. As Jesus. Oh, there's even Jesus in this world. Okay. As Jesus taught us to forgive the sinful woman who anointed his feet, the one whom little is forgiven loves little. He calls not for the righteous, but the sinners to repentance. So he's calling me. Is that what you're saying? I have no regrets. No, that's why she needs repentance, I guess. I regret nothing this preacher would blame me for, at least. Of course not. Against Jesus tells us, let one who is without sin cast the first stone. It is not my place to pronounce judgment upon you. I'll be on my way. I should be moving. Good day to you, father. Why don't they give me that, like, that, like the option to try to be a good Christian or something? Like, of course, good Christian prostitutes, but whatever. It's like, I don't know. It sounds so edgy, Reddit atheist remarks. I wonder what it would be like living a normal life behind an ordinary window. It's hard to imagine. Saloon? Exposed to the elements, the upholstery shows its age like the fruit left to ripen in the sun. Obituary. Do I truly want to subject myself to reading such a downer? Okay, let's see. I know it's just gonna cost us hope, but I'm curious. It's a short read, unlikely to make it less hard. They make it less hard hitting, however. Golly, another child labor accident. Phoebe and Ethan Hall is suffocated by sweeping chimneys. With their sister Theodora committing suicide out of grief. Curse you, London. See? See, I gained hope, like myself personally, from reading that, but the character reads lost hope, so I just, now I know what it says, but she doesn't. Bladed Duck Hound. Duck Hound always have to tell if they're on their job or simply loitering. Often it's the same thing. Look at that, a dog howdy in the wild. We're sisters of sorts, you know, and Clara used to run with the bullfrogs. So it gives me a cautious once over before replaying cagey this one. Olivia Lynn's the name. Yeah, I heard of the bullfrogs, but they broke up quite a while ago. What do you do now? Yeah, we know about the bullfrogs. I'm trying to raise enough dosh to get out of London for good. Dosh is money. That sounds right appealing to me. Are you still in the business? Tell me what you're about. Ooh, we succeed. Lucky. I am shoplifting, burglary, forgery, any kind of caper, and I'm not afraid to cosh bloke who gets in my way. To assault, as if with a cosh, a thick heavy stick, or a bar used as a weapon. Well, well, listen. Why don't you nip over to the wagon and grab yourself some goodies for a treat? I'll keep watch, but then I got to get back to work. Can get it? Do you know? Do you understand? Here? Okay, let's save again. It's a bit sus. This is quite a bounty of rice. There must be 10,000 cigarettes in this cart. Let's see, what do we have in here? Looks like laudanum to me. I have been needing a bit of pain relief, come to think of it. Tincture of 1% morphine by weight prepared by extracts of the opium poppy dissolved in high proof alcohol. So Dr. Nightcap's liquid laudanum too are added to inventory. And these appear to be cigarettes, a quick pocket packet, and no one be the wiser. 10. This would take a month to count, anyways. Yeah, that was nice. Pipe, ears and cogs. Gather the pieces. One thing I won't miss about London is the constant state of decay. How much steam is wasted just from this little leaky pipe, and how long before someone notices? How about this wagon? To settle down or live a vagabond's life post crossing. Let's see how my feelings evolve through my transatlantic journey. I don't think she's gonna make it. Well, I believe this path will take me to the fashion district like I desperately need to spruce my appearance up. Besides, it's not just the looks that make or break a person, character matters as well. Hope! Yay. 85. That's cool. Okay. Is there some. Well, let's see if we can go to Nandy's shop. Nandy Pandy. Entering Nandy's shop is like stepping in the forest. She prides herself on strictly natural remedies, so it's no wonder that the air feels suffused with a sort of wildness. There are insects whose powdered bodies can cure a common cold, herbal preparations of every sort and substance, and even the body of a gremlin floating in a jar. The latter would give you a pause if you didn't know the truth. That the creature had possessed the basement and was attempting to spread its claim. So Nandi did the needful, and here the demon remains, a fair warning to any other invaders. Especially An especially gifted healer when it comes to rare maladies, Nandi keeps a library of unusual treatments and the most comprehensive collection of tinctures in all of London. She waits her customers from behind the walnut desk, upon which lies a pot of incense, a scattering of bird bones, and other arcane desiderata, while some of the less open-minded citizens of the Big Smoke can get their willies around Nandi, you know she means no harm. Spine after spine of herbal medicine, Nandi must be a fountain of knowledge, a vast book collection, although there are too many in London who fear her remedies. cauldron. Bleach white bones of various lengths and densities fill the cauldron. She really ought to add a few toads around the rim to assist the aesthetic. Voodoo. Sounds like voodoo shop in Monkey Island to me. Withered gremlin. There's the pest who tried to invade Nandy's basement, preserved forever as a warning against any and all of her enemies. Spiral staircase. The steps are intertwined with the twisting form of the trunk. Must lead to her private quarters. Skull collection. Assorted skulls with several shapes and sizes, yet not a single creature is easily recognizable. I haven't got much use for animalian skeletal structures. It's always a treat to visit Nandi Maboso in her shop, and I often learn something new from my travels. Sabubona Clara, something you need in my humble shop. Greetings in the Zulu language. How very multicultural. Ask about the tree. This tree, it has more benefits than only being activating, doesn't it? Ah, no, that was my problem. Whatever. Very perceptive of you. It has some beneficial properties indeed. Its strong roots produce a toxin utilized in many of my recipes, and so do its leaves. Besides, it saves me many an expedition to the forest. Time is money. As a person in your line of work, would you know? It's good to see you too, Nandy. But this is like a subtle insult, like, you are a fucking whore, you should know that time is money. Salakale amphasibs. Say goodbye in the Xhosa language translated directly, go be well. Go fuck yourself. Can we go this way? No? There was some door over here. Some place. This at station. Ah, okay. Wait, there's the Royal Suite. It's probably in Belchar Hotel. This Pebbles pinfold. Okay, I can't choose. Okay. Okay, just ask. Alright. Where is Pebbles pinfold? Whatever that was. Maybe it was in the beginning. I don't know. Let's just go to the Bell End Suite. Whatever. Bell jar. On the outside, the Bell Jar Hotel looks like the rest of grimy Surrey Square, but once you step inside, you might not believe the splendor. The interior is boasts red carpeted hallways and spiraling stairs with gilded banisters, and hellhops are dressed to the nines, with white silk shirts and swallowtail suites. I don't know. I'm going crazy. Coached by Pool and Co. Nobody knows for sure who owns the building, but the rumors point to royal blood. In contrast to the East End sooty streets, the bell jars and accommodations are noticeably upscale. Like the oblong vessel, it was named after, the hotel offers a vacuum of discretion for high society individuals seeking a plush locale away from Soho and Kensington, where they might otherwise be recognized. So far. Loose coins seems someone got a hole in their pocket. Ooh, 6 shillings. For shields. Fancy rug. Well, but maybe this is a good time to end the stream. Let's just see what stuff we have here. Yeah, this is just a quests, and oh, we have lots of stuff in inventory. Oh, we have a derringer and a stiletto. I had no idea. Cigarettes. Where can we use the cigarettes? Ooh, and I have more than 5 Brit bucks. Let's save fancy hotel. All right. Tomorrow is Tuesday and Tuesday and golden news, but hopefully on Wednesday I can continue streaming this game. I do like it. Like, okay, it's a bit too slow paced at times, but I have to explore every nook and cranny and talk to every NPC because that's the name of the game, or not the name, but the point of the game. But I do like it. I think it's fairly well written so far. Slight hints of leftism a bit too much, but well, we'll see if it ever really bothers me. But so far, like the Victorian atmosphere is pretty good. But I'm Adventure Argonaut. I thank you for watching and bye bye.